As a part of New York State Clean Water, Clean Air Bond Act, Phase 1E, Suffolk County's Department of Public Works received a grant to install what's known as a Baysaver, or hydrodynamic separator, and a retention pond at the headwaters of Mattituck Creek. Suffolk County is concerned with stormwater and the effects it has on our local waterways. In an effort to remediate stormwater where Suffolk County roads intersect water bodies, DPW cites an example of a successful project at the Route 48 Mattituck Creek location.
The county selected this location based on the priority water bodies list that's published by the DEC. We were going off of the worst polluted water bodies that crossed a county road, where we were able to determine an opportunity to implement a treatment practice to reduce the pollutant load to that water body. After the project was selected, the county proceeded with a team of engineers, drafters, and contract administrators, and we were required to submit a competitive application to the DEC through the New York State Bond Act for funding consideration. The county won that application and the project was awarded for construction funding. So I worked with a team of draftsmen and contract administrators in preparing the work plan itself, getting the contract executed, doing the design, and making sure that everything that we were progressing was on par with what DEC had expected and had approved.
Mattituck Creek is really important to the residents of the North Fork because it's located on Long Island Sound. And so there's no other harbor, navigable harbor, on Long Island Sound between Port Jefferson and Orient Point. So if there's a storm event or if there's a ship in distress, they can use Mattituck Inlet as a safe harbor. It's designated as a federal anchorage because of its location. And because of that, every year, buoys are set out here by the town to designate an area where any ship can come and dock and at least have that either safe harbor for repairs, for recreation, or just to get out of a storm event. So it's an important because it's on Long Island Sound. It has big boat marinas, so commercially it's extremely important. And it also has an important commercial fishing and shellfishing fleet that can operate out of here. As the town developed, all the roads were designed to drain the stormwater off the roads to make the roads safe. And of course they were designed to drain the water down into the creeks, into the wetlands. Now Mattituck Creek is no exception. So in the old days, maybe it was a dirt road, so some of the sediment washed into the creek. As more and more lands got developed, there were more inputs, more things falling on the roads, more things put on private property. On rainfall events, they all washed downhill, of course, into the creeks. And so the creeks became impaired because of all the inputs that were washed in from the rainwater. Over the past, I'd say 2 to 3 decades, the town and the county have both done a lot of drainage work to decrease the amount of storm runoff directly into the creeks.
The county installed 2 different types of treatment systems in this area, one of which was a hydrodynamic separator, which is a proprietary device that removes pollutants based on different densities of different materials and hydraulic properties of stormwater flow in pipes and weirs and baffles. In this particular unit, there are 2 manholes. One is a storage manhole in which the pollutants are diverted from the stormwater flow. The main primary manhole is the manhole in which the pollutants are separated from the main stormwater flow. The Baysaver, the Bay separator, however, is not really good for pathogen removal because it's not contained in that system long enough to have any kind of degradation. So what we did was we had the Baysaver units in the treatment train. That's the first treatment system that the stormwater flow experiences. After the stormwater goes into the Baysaver unit, the big floatables, the larger suspended solids, they get filtered out, and then that flow from the Baysaver goes into the retention pond. It's in a cleaner condition at that point. It provides for easier maintenance for the department to go in and clear the the debris from the Baysaver treatment unit, which is a standard manhole. Again, we're experienced and have the equipment to do that. The retention pond is after the Baysaver treatment, and that's where we target the pathogen treatment and removal, and the nitrogen and the phosphorus removal. It's a larger area, it's a larger unit. It provides greater opportunity for removals of those types of pollutants. So the combination of those two systems, working on the discharges that were going to Mattituck Creek, really had a good impact, we believe, on the water quality of the creek.
So the town itself has done a number at the town-owned road ends of water quality improvements, tearing up the end of the pavement, making buffer areas so the road runoff doesn't directly impact the creek. And the town and the DEC and the county work together here on the county road to put in a vegetated wetland that absorbs all that runoff. Instead of being previously, it was piped directly into the creek, because that's how it was designed years ago. We put that vegetated wetland in, it intercepts the flow of water, the bacteria die, so you eliminate the pathogens, and the plants that grow in the vegetated wetland take up the nutrients.
The county has many roadway projects. My division is where I work is we deal with highway improvement projects, and some are multi-million dollar projects. Being that the county is oriented in an east-west fashion, we have a lot of opportunities, especially on our South Shore roadways, to implement stormwater retrofits, especially on Mattituck Highway, that runs across dozens of streams that discharge the Great South Bay. So when we have a capital project that's in existence, we'll look at opportunities that we have for retrofitting. An example is one we just recently completed on Mattituck Highway by the Forge River. That was a great project where we installed a line of leaching basins and a vortex stormwater treatment system. Operates in the same sort of manner as the Baysaver, and we were able to implement that as part of the highway improvement project. So the county definitely has an awareness of stormwater issues, and we definitely jump at the opportunity to insert the stormwater retrofitting component to a typical county highway capital project.
Another thing that, Mattituck Creek, if you look at it and you look behind me, it's so beautiful. And so there's a resource there, for, as an economic resource, of course. And then you see the boats. There's a great recreational resource. And it's something that people should enjoy. It's not just to save it and to keep it clean, but save it to keep it clean and to enjoy it. That's what's important.